We're going to give it one more try this afternoon as the Phillies and the Orioles will play just one game here in Baltimore before the Phils head out to St. Louis. The rain continued to fall throughout the night. A lot of flash flooding down here in this area, but it was weather day, so appropriate as the Phils and the Orioles will get together from Camden Yards. All right, so one of the differences between these two teams has been the pitching this year. The Phillies starting ERA 3.53, the bullpen 3.35. The Orioles starters, their ERA among the bottom in all of baseball and a lot of other categories as well. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with John Kruk. He's all dried out and ready to go for today's ball game. And so is Nick Pivetta, who late last night came out and started throwing in the outfield. That was our indication that we weren't going to play this game because he had no uniform top on. He just had a warm-up, but he is warmed up and ready to go for today.
Yeah, he got an early start on the warm-ups. It takes him a little longer in this rainy weather, but Nick has been really good this year. A lot different pitcher than he was last year. And here's what's different about him. He's now throwing that fastball. He's elevating it with 2 strikes to get strikeouts there against Brandon Belt, Evan Longoria. And now this little 2-seamer cuts across the plate to get Brandon Crawford. He's pitching up in the zone with his fastball. But what makes that fastball a pitch that they have to look at as far as wanting to swing the bat, being aggressive, because he's been so good with the breaking ball. Look at his numbers against right-handed batters with the breaking ball. Secondary pitches has come along. Amazing that a left-hander has the best batting average against right-handed batters. Chris Sale, one of the best in the game. Pivetta, though, has been outstanding this year. His walks are down. His secondary pitches have gotten so much better, and it's that maturation process that he's going through right now that hopefully can lead him to be one of the top pitchers in our rotation and a leader of the staff.
Also, he's keeping the ball in the yard, which is so important at our ballpark, but also here at Camden Yards. All right, so it is the only game of this series. For now, it'll be Nick Pivetta against Andrew Kashner, weather permitting, when we get back. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. By Toyota, the summer starts here at Toyota. Let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. together for just this one game before the Phils head off to St. Louis. There will be a makeup game later on this year. The makeup from last night's rain out. We will have rain throughout the course of the day, but they do feel like they can get this game in, even though there'll be mild precipitation. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Cesar leads it off, and then Rhys Hoskins is the DH today. Odubel will bat third. In the month of May, he's hitting just .400 with 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in. A couple guys get a start today. Nick Williams starts, he'll bat 5th. Florimon starts, he'll play shortstop, hit 7th. Jesmuel Valentin will be in left field, and he'll bat 8th. And John, they will face the veteran right-hander Andrew Kashner, who's had good numbers against the Phillies, but his numbers overall, despite a big power arm, have not been good during the course of his career.
Yeah, it's a frustrating thing, I'm sure, with the Orioles and Andrew Kashner. Like you said, a power arm, great fastball, average velocity 92.5, but it'll get better than that as if he needs it. To change curve slider. Pretty good record though against the fight. Phil's 4-1 with a 2.55, but this is a different Phillies team than he's faced, and it's going to be interesting to see how they match up with Kashner today.
And how they match up with Manny Machado, who they will face. He's playing shortstop for the Orioles. Last time we were in Baltimore, he was playing third base, but they moved him back to his natural position. He really hasn't missed a beat at all.
No, offensively he's one of the best in the game, and you know, now you put him at shortstop, and you know, you have to think that, you know, of all these young players we talk about all the time, Trout, Harper, he seems to get passed by. Now he's at a premium position defensively, putting up the numbers that he's putting up so far this year. And you know, he's right in there, I think, with Trout and Harper and Chris Bryant, guys like that, as the, you know, the best young players in the game.
All right, so we are finally ready to go after being delayed because of rain and then eventually postponed last night. We sat with the fans and waited for over 3 hours before they postponed the game.
It was fun, though.
It was fun.
Really?
Introduced you to a lot of different things.
Yes, you did.
So here we go. Cesar Hernandez will lead it off. Hernandez was 1 free in the series against the Mets. As the rain picks up a little bit, we will begin baseball. The first pitch of the day. Fastball in there for a strike. And it's no balls and 1 strike.
I wonder if someone's going to point out that Kashner needs to tuck in his back pocket.
I did think about that when I saw him running out when it was draped that way. 4 balls and 2 strikes.
Cell phone, wallet, something had to come out.
Got to look along the first base line. Fouled back to the screen. Cesar overall hitting .262 with 4 home runs and 13 runs batted in. The Phillies homestand saw him with just 5 hits and 24 plate appearances. .02 is floated out toward right center field. Jones got a late start, but he's able to close and make the catch. And 1 out here in the first. Adam Jones can still go get it out in the outfield.
He sure can. That's, yeah, talk to Buck Showalter about him all the time, about how he's a great leader in the clubhouse, and you know, he's not afraid to voice his opinion to players if he doesn't think they're doing things the right way. And had a nice conversation with that gentleman yesterday.
Here's Rhys Hoskins, and he'll take a strike. 0-1. It is not surprising that Hoskins takes the strike. I mean, Hoskins and Cesar have run some very deep counts this year, but the Phillies also as a team just brush aside that first pitch most often. In fact, among baseball leaders, the Phillies have swung at the first pitch this year just 23% of the time, which is second to the Marlins, who have discarded it the least amount, 22% of the time. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that one gets by Cisco.
What's the average on first pitch strike, swinging at first pitch strike?
The average is 36%. So the
no,
Phillies,
but what batting average wise? It's got to be close to 400,
that's
right?
a good question. We can look at that.
It's got to be close to 400. There's a catch-22.
2 balls and 1 strike to Hoskins. Check swing and a foul ball, 2-2.
I think the thing about, you know, not taking the first pitch or taking the first pitch, working the deep count, you know, it was all about pitch count. But in today's game, pitch count for a starting pitcher really is irrelevant because you're only asking him to go 5. Because now it's a rush to the bullpen. So, yeah, I always thought if he throws a first pitch strike,
go after it.
Oh yeah, because you know, he might paint the next pitch. Now you got 2-0 and you're 0-2 and you're pretty much done.
Jace Peterson takes care of Rhys Hoskins. There are 2 outs. Odubel Herrera's coming up. Time for our Nissan upgrade. Upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. Odubel is leading the majors in hitting at 360 with Manny Machado batting second at 350. It's all Major League Baseball.
And all American leaguers behind him.
Yeah.
He has been fun to watch. And you know, I really go back to opening day. When he wasn't in the lineup opening day, I think it really chapped him. And I think he's going to go out and prove that, you know, that'll never happen again.
I also think there was some question during spring training because he came in overweight and people, you know, they didn't make a huge deal of it, but he was really slow to get going.
Kind of figured it out.
Sure did. 1 ball, no strikes to Odubel. And he fouls it back, 1-1.
These are tough games for players because, you know, all day you hear about, you know, last night was a disaster, 3-hour wait. But then all we heard today with the rain, once it starts raining 11, it's going to rain throughout the entire day.
Right.
So, you know, sometimes you can mentally shut down and then all of a sudden now you got to pick it back up.
Inside, 2-1. Yeah, Gabe talked today as the umbrellas have popped up and the rain has started to fall again. Gabe talked today about, you know, just how cool the clubhouse was during the rain delay. There was a lot of activity. Players stayed upbeat the whole time. Ground ball to the right side, a base hit it to right center field, and Odubel is aboard for the 42nd consecutive game. And that is an incredible mark that keeps on getting better.
Amazing.
It is amazing. So he just passed Don Hurst and Pete Rose, who in 1982 and 29 won 41 straight. Next up is Chuck Klein.
And there it is. And that's something we've seen him do this year. He's still going to have the leg kick with 2 strikes, but he doesn't overswing now with 2 strikes. Put the ball, hit the ball off the barrel of the bat. Good things happen most of the time, and there's the result.
Well, now Carlos Santana, who was 2 for 5 against the Mets, but had an excellent homestand. He was 8 for 25. He is the leader in RBIs for the month of May. He has driven in 16 runs. One ball and 1 strike to him. Carlos overall hitting 196. He has 7 home runs, 27 runs batted in. So the last 10 days he has 14 runs batted in, and also at the top of the list.
Yeah, I think at this point in the season, if you're Carlos, okay, I'm not going to worry about trying to get my batting average up to 250, 260. I'm just going to try to drive in runs. And that's what he has done over the last handful of games.
Yeah, because it is remarkable that he's still at 196 despite this hot stretch with all these extra base hits. Two balls and 2 strikes. Cashner is about to throw his 18th pitch of this inning.
Well, the one thing you know is that both teams' bullpen should be well rested.
No doubt about that.
Well, the Phillies haven't played what? They had 2 days off?
Saturday off and Monday off. Tuesday off. So 3 days, 3 of the last 4 they've been off.
It should be fresh.
Swing and a miss. Santana strikes out. No runs, one hit, and one man left here in the top of the first. We'll move to the bottom of the first. Phillies nothing, and the Orioles coming up. Day earlier. The Phillies had that last week on their homestand. The kids were here behind home plate, getting a chance to learn about the weather. There's a lot going on weather-wise the last 24 hours. Let's take a look at the Orioles lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, fastest internet provider according to speedtest.net. Well, neither manager changed their lineup from yesterday. This one includes Mancini, an odd leadoff hitter, and then Adam Jones and Manny Machado. They get Jonathan Scope back the last few days, and that has certainly made a difference for the Orioles. They'll face right-hander Nick Pivetta. Pivetta comes in with a 2-2 record, and he is all warmed up and ready to go as he faces Mancini. Now the first pitch fastball is in there, and it's 0-1. The numbers on Nick, John mentioned during the open, the walks are down, particularly the first 4 starts. They were way down. Now the strikeouts are up. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
You don't see many teams that you see scouting report on Nick. 94. He'll get it up to 97, 98 if he needs it, which is a good weapon to have in the arsenal. But you don't see many teams that your shortstop hits 3rd and your second baseman hits 4th.
Right. And your left fielder, well, sometimes I guess you'll see the bat leadoff, but not a left fielder that can hit some home runs. Little dribbler in front of the plate. Pivetta hops off the mound bare hands. What away.
Not carrying to center.
No. Buck Showalter's 20th year as a major league manager. 1,517 wins.
And whenever he decides to step down here, it'd be a good job to get, because it seems like every time he leaves, they win.
It does seem that way.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Yankees.
Well, even the Yankees, when he left, they went to the postseason. Yeah. And then Joe took over, and
Rangers.
He's building the infrastructure, John.
He is. I tell you what, he's a fascinating man to talk to about everything regarding the game of baseball.
Adam Jones shows bunt and bunts it foul 0-1.
He told me yesterday, if you want to make it easier on the replay guys, the bag should be the old style bags, the soft. He said that way you can see when the runner's foot hits, it'll make an indentation, because these hard bases, they don't have an indentation, so it's hard to tell exactly when they hit. But he also said that it would be great in the early part of the season in the Northeast and, you know, Minnesota, places like that, when it's cold, because he said these bases, they get wet and it starts freezing. He said they're slippery as heck.
Fly ball center field. Odubel sprinting back. It's well hit. It is gone. Solo home run for Adam Jones. And the Orioles take a 1-0 lead here in the first. So much for bunting.
Well, if he bunted, he bunted that one pretty hard.
And I guess it is carrying out to center field.
It is for him. Wow, no doubter off the bat. You see where Knapp was set, and he wanted that ball down. It stayed up about belt high and out over the plate where Adam Jones could get some pretty good extension on that one.
So 255 home runs for Adam Jones. 254 as a center fielder. He is now 13th all time in baseball for center fielders. And now Manny Machado. And Machado hits one out toward Odubel in right center. And there are 2 outs. Odubel was aligned perfectly for that. And now Jonathan Scope.
Well, they're trying to stay up the middle, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. The corners are not involved with even looking at this point. Scope takes a strike. Scope was on the disabled list with a right oblique strain. And the Orioles, well, in the 20 games that he missed, they were 3-17. He's been back for 7. They're 5-2 in those 7. There's Michael in foul territory, and that'll wrap up the first inning. So just a 9-pitch first inning for Nick Pivetta, but one of those pitches left the yard. We'll go to the second. Orioles 1, Phillies nothing. First pitch. In fact, all 3 games are night games. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. As it turns out, those are huge games when you think about the National League East, because after the Phillies play the Braves next week, they won't see them until the back end of the season.
We've already played them 27 times. I mean, what are we doing?
There's Nick Williams to lead off the top of the second.
How does the schedule get that lopsided?
That I don't know. I think your buddy in the Orioles dugout would probably be able to give you some insight on that.
Sure he would. I should ask him about that.
But we have seen this with other teams, so sometimes you wonder if they just pop the, from year to year, you just change the name of the teams. 1 ball and 1 strike to Williams at the knees, 1-2. Nick had 4 hits on the homestand. I feel like this is the kind of guy Cashner is, that he can get into one just like he did against the Mets. That's an awfully close pitch, and it's 2-2. Take a look at our giant home run replay from Sunday. This is a beauty.
Right in that nitro zone for Nick. A breaking ball that just kind of spun up there, stayed down and in, and
helped the Phils to the victory. Mickey Callaway took a lot of heat for keeping the right-hander in and not bringing in Jerry Blevins, because there was a shot of Blevins in the Mets bullpen shaking his head when he decided not to go with him and just go with the right-hander. There's ball 4. Williams draws a walk.
so you want to be a big league manager.
That's exactly right. Well, we wondered about it too, because Blevins, even though it's not been a great year, has been very good against the Phillies the last several years. And in this day and age where you play the matchups so often. Michael takes on the inside corner, 0-1. Franco hitting .274 with 7 home runs and 28 runs batted in. He had a nice homestand. He was 6 for 25.
I think you have to be very pleased with what you've gotten out of him this year, because that was a big question mark coming into the season. Which Franco are you going to get? And so far the Phillies have gotten the good one.
Throws that one off his foot, and it's 1-2. He is 8th in RBIs in the National League. And while he's been hot, he has found himself in the lineup more often.
Well, I mean, if you want to play a lot, you put up numbers, they'll find a way to get you in.
That's the pitch right there that he continues to have problems with. And he's down on strikes. It's the second strikeout for Cashner. And it brings Florimone to the plate.
Well, Cashner hadn't thrown many breaking balls. That was a nice tight slider. I mean, your eyes tell you that's a fastball down the middle, and the next thing you know, once you start swinging, it's gone.
So with 1 away and a runner at first, Florimone was making his 13th start. 1 ball and no strikes. Florimone hitting .256. He's been better as a starter than he has been as a pinch hitter this year. He's been used also as a defensive replacement, but he's 0 for 9 as a pinch hitter so far this year.
That's why Nick was out there on the bench. Put up some pretty good pinch hitting numbers.
Yeah, Matt Gelb from The Athletic had a story today about Nick, and it is very true. We've grown to like Nick a lot since he's been up in the big leagues. He's always laughing and smiling. He does want to play more, but he has accepted his role as the most important pinch hitter for the Phillies. And I think success will bring that to you.
Absolutely. And he's going to get a chance to play. And the hardest thing for a young player to accept is you play every day in the minor leagues and you get the big leagues, and that's not the case. And you have to bide your time. And, I was lucky when I came up, because my rookie year I wasn't getting to play a lot. But, I had Tim Flannery, who's, a great utility player, and Greg Nettles kind of helped me through that period of staying sharp. And
he goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. The one-hop throw is handled by Machado, and then he finally gets the tag on Williams. So it's a strikeout, throw-out, double play. That'll wrap up this second inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. On to the bottom of the second.
Very good play by Manny Machado, and Nick tried the swim move there at second base, give him the left, take it away, but Machado didn't fall for it. And you see, not even close to the base, tagged him right in the helmet. I guess that's part of the body, right?
Yeah,
we'll give it to him. How about Cisco though? 9 of 18.
Yeah, 9 of 18 throwing runners out. I mean, that's well above the major league average, which is about 30% for catchers. Here's Trumbo. Trumbo hitting .327 with a home run and 4 runs batted in.
You watch a lot of these Orioles hitters, man. They load up. You know, they're not trying to flip a single the other way.
Two. Trumbo's had a good week, Johnny. He's 10 for his last 28.
Yeah, I spoke with him yesterday. He said he's really starting to feel pretty good about his swing, his pitch recognition. Thought he was going to DH, but Buck needed him in right field.
Well, it's sort of a flip of a coin. Do you want Pedro Alvarez's defense, or do you want Mark Trumbo's defense?
They went with Trumbo.
Oh, 2 pitch coming to Trumbo. He hits it down the right field line, slicing toward the crowd and out of play. Are you a Phil's Authentic fan? Of course you are. So why aren't you streaming your favorite baseball team yet? It's easy to do and worth it when you're on the go. And need to see that next Odubel Herrera hit. Download the NBC Sports app for all of your devices now. Swing and a miss. There's a high breaking ball, and Pivetta picks up his first strikeout. And the curveball.
Yeah, really good pitch by Nick. And yeah, that's a pitch that he had to develop. I don't care how hard you throw. If you're a one-trick pony in this league, you're not going to be here long, and unless you're, a devastating closer. But he needed the secondary pitches, and they're starting to come along. That was a hanger, but you got guys up there. These Orioles, a lot of these Orioles hitters are swing and miss guys, and Adam Jones didn't miss, but you still should record some strikeouts against this team.
Speaking of strikeouts, Chris Davis, he's 0 for his last 10. He's got ahead in the count 2-0. At the knees, according to veteran umpire Brian Gorman, who's behind the plate. 3rd generation of umpire. Orioles career leaders, Chris Davis, 1,253. He golfs that one out towards center field. Odubel got a good jump, was playing deep, and there are 2 outs. So here's Pivetta's breakdown for his pitch usage this season. 51% four-seam fastball, and we've talked about it. He'll rise it up and down in the strike zone, and then the curveball. But he'll also throw the slider 14% of the time.
Yeah, but this is the one that I think is a work in progress, was that changeup. 3% throw changeup when I know his curveball's a lot slower than his fastball. Slider's a little slower than the fastball, but you need a greater differential, and 3% is just not going to do it. I can't even figure this.
That's a really big circle.
That is solid, free, no arrow, right there. See, it's gone. But you know what? I'm going to practice next year on the teleprompter.
I don't think that one was your fault, though. I mean, the circle was the one that was prompted. You didn't.
Yeah, but I got to read. It has instructions.
1-2. Well, Ben used that telestrator last, so you got to bring it up with him. He probably left the circle there because he was doing some kind of Olympic thing.
Yeah.
1-2 to Chad Cisco. Swing and a miss. High fastball, second strikeout for Pivetta, and a 1-2-3 second inning. We move on to the 3rd here in Baltimore. It's 1-0 Orioles. On the subject line, John, the question is, what pitcher holds the Orioles record for most strikeouts in one season? One season. Now, they've had some really good ones.
Yeah, they have.
Particularly back in the 70s.
Yes, they did. They had 4 good ones that all won 20 games.
Yeah.
Right? Palmer, Cuellar, Dauber,
Pat Dobson, yeah.
And who was the other?
I'm looking right now. There's always one that eludes me.
Mike Flanagan. Yeah. Now, what was the question? Most strikeouts?
Yeah.
In a season?
In a season. Before we were talking about, as Valentin takes up and in 3-0. You said Dobson, you said Palmer, Cuellar, and McNally. One to Valentin. Valentin was very excited to see his name in the starting lineup last night, and then he looked at the weather forecast and he said, no, no, no. He was convinced, though, well, all of us were, that we were going to start the game last night.
Yeah, they tricked us.
They did. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Valentin. Fouls it back.
I think they could have called that game at about 8 o'clock. Once it started. No, last night, once it started raining.
I would agree with that. It's one of those not exact sciences, but it looked like science was not on their side.
No, they flunked that science test.
I was looking at Flanagan's numbers too. Flanagan was really good. So we're going to miss an off-speed pitch. Yeah, that's 4 strikeouts for Cashner. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Here's Knapp. Andrew did not play in the 2 games against the Mets. 1 ball, no strikes. Overall hitting 185 on the year.
It looks like Andrew has his hands back a little more to start. Maybe up even up. Yeah, look at tucking in that front shoulder a little more.
Yeah, he's not playing as often as I think he thought. I mean, and Alfaro's been playing well. So you have to use that time to your advantage to try to make yourself a better ball player. There's ball 4. He does have a good eye. He always has. That's the 2nd walk issued by Cashner.
You see where I mean, before this shoulder right here, see how it's tucked in on his chin right there, and it looks like now it was more open to me prior, and the hands are so much further back, and I think that's, you know, sometimes when you don't play a lot, you know, when you jump, maybe this is a way to help him stay back. Because he has, it seems like he has hit, when he does get a chance to play, he does hit a lot of balls off the end of the bat, ground balls. Maybe this is his way of staying back, and getting a little more leverage in it.
1 ball and 1 strike to Cesar. And Cesar grounds it past Flores in the first base coach's box.
Bad read, bad read.
Ball dude couldn't come up with it. He's going to need some help.
Mark Trumbo being a nice host, throwing that ball up to his bat.
Francisco blocks it, and it's 2-2. It's a little muddy around home plate, as you could imagine. We were talking last night, though. These fields are truly amazing on how well they drain. It's incredible.
I mean, it was puddled in left and right field. Puddles on the just off the tarp.
Cesar's down looking. That's 5 strikeouts for Cashner. Take a look at PitchCast presented by PJ Wheelahans.
Great pitch.
Yeah, it sure was.
Just froze him. I don't know why more pitchers don't throw that pitch.
I think it's one of the best pitches out there.
I do too, and you know it's always, you know, the left-handed hitters, especially with right-handed pitchers, they always flinch. Now, how come lefties don't throw it to righties? You rarely ever see that.
That's a great question. I think it would work the same way. Imagine it would,
yes,
right?
It would, yeah.
Reese takes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, but by the time we left last night, the warning tracks, there was no water. I mean, it was still raining, but it had lightened up a little bit.
The field dried up while it was raining. How does that happen?
I don't know. Great drainage systems. Frank Fitzpatrick from the Philadelphia Inquirer had a story about the dirt the Phillies use. Now other teams are following with the company the Phillies use. This was the man at work last night. I've never seen that before, but he was drilling some holes to help the water drain. Inside, and it's 3-1. See the shovel, that used to be the way to do it, John.
You know, it's like everything else with the sabermetrics. That's antiquated. Let's go modern technology with a drill.
That's right. Liner out toward left field. And it's grabbed by Mancini. I don't think he saw it right away. But the Phillies are retired here in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. We'll move to the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0 Orioles. My First Million. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly and buy your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. There's the B&O warehouse, which has become such a staple and a landmark. It already was here in Baltimore, but when they built this facility, it became part of the landscape. A building that's been hit just 1 time by Ken Griffey Jr. It's a shot, but it's it's all part of the beautiful architecture that is this ballpark. The first of the new wave ballparks that sort of was the genesis for a lot of the ballparks that have popped up over the last 20 years.
The Junior hit it in the home run derby. I was here for that. I didn't quite see it. It's not like it was in today's where all the players set out with their kids, and you know, it was kind of optional for us.
Oh, so you guys didn't come out and see it?
Yeah.
You had other options.
I had other things to do.
There's the plaque where it went. That is funny though, even how that has changed over the years, because you're right, players and families, they're always out on the field watching the home run derby, and it's become
honestly
as big an event as the All-Star game.
Honestly though, after the workout and then they do the home run derby,
you were tired.
I wanted to go back and sleep.
Outside, 3-1 Alvarez. Out to left field. Valentin ventures back. And the first out recorded here in the third. And here comes Jace Peterson.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that. I remember in Toronto, the All-Star game in Toronto in '91, Cal put on a show, which was incredible. And then '92 in San Diego, the whole American League put on a show.
Yeah, that's true.
During the game.
Yeah.
Tommy Glavine started. Didn't fare well in that one.
No balls and 1 strike. Well, good thing it wasn't for that home field advantage in the '93 World Series.
But yeah, that's a good point.
Curve ball. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. They put a lot of money into this facility in recent years just to spruce it up a little bit, because there were certain areas that they wanted to bring up to baseball code underneath the concession area, also out along that walkway. It is still a great place to come watch a game.
It really is.
Up and in.
You know what's weird about these newer ballparks? Like, well, this one's kind of middle ground now as far as newness, but you know, all these beautiful new ballparks they're building around baseball. You ask players what their favorite. American leaguers are going to say Fenway. National League are going to say Wrigley.
That's so funny. You got to put them in a separate category, I guess.
Yeah, and you know, look, Wrigley. Boston has added stuff throughout the years to Fenway Park and has made it, you know, trying to make it more modern. Wrigley has done the same, but it's still those fields.
You know, I feel bad for the White Sox, because their facility opened the year before this one, and if they just had waited and taken some of the ideas from here, I mean, they've tried to spruce that place up.
Yes.
Mancini, a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Orioles up 1-0 thanks to Adam Jones' solo home run. By the way, in between innings, Brian Gorman did go over and talk to Gabe Kapler, because the grounds crew, one of the head grounds crew members, came out to tell him what the weather report was. They are going to try to keep playing through whatever precipitation comes their way, and there are storms, as everybody knows, throughout the area.
Some storm cells.
Yeah. Not as elongated as last night's. Foul down the right side.
I got to ask. I keep forgetting to ask Gabe why he has all those Sharpies in his.
I think they're all for something on the lineup card, right?
I don't know. That's why I want to ask you.
Because you want to be a well-informed announcer.
I do not want to speculate.
fights off another one. Remains 2-2. Good curve. Back-to-back strikeouts for Pivetta, and he's now retired 8 consecutive hitters, 4 strikeouts overall. On to the 4th. It's 1-0 O's. Served. We stand ready to serve all military families. Top of the 4th inning. Orioles up 1-0. It'll be Odubel Herrera, Carlos Santana, and Nick Williams that are due up against right-hander Andrew Kashner, who has struck out 5 through the first 3. He is just now finishing up his warm-up tosses. The grounds crew was out throwing some of the drying agent on the mounds. So after Brian Gorman cleans off the plate, gets some of the mud off, here comes Odubel. Odubel extended his on-base streak to 42 consecutive games his first time up. And Murph, his streak is not lost on his teammates.
You know, Tom, I started the game down in the Phillies dugout. I was hiding out from the rain a little bit, and when Odubel came up, he had the 2 strikes on him. He gets the base hit. If you could have seen the dugout and their reaction, it really is fun. They are like hanging on every pitch or every at-bat with Odubel right now. Jezebel Valentin turned to me and he said, the ball must be like a beach ball for him right now. Adam Morgan was waving his towel back and forth. Guys are up on their feet cheering for him. It really has kind of captivated his teammates as well as this streak continues, his on-base streak continues. And it seems to me virtually almost every night he's extending it with a hit as well, which is what is really fascinating the players. So it's fun to watch these guys react that way.
Machado ventures back and makes the catch as he bounces into Mancini. And there's 1 out. Well, it is a remarkable feat. I mean, considering, you know, he's still 14 away from Mike Schmidt when Schmidt did it, but it's a remarkable feat to see some of the names that he is joining. I mean, Chuck Klein is the next guy up. Chuck Klein's a Hall of Famer.
Yes, he is. And, you know, the way he hits and the fact that he will walk, you have to think this thing has a chance to continue for a while.
No balls and 1 strike. Well, and it's part of the reason why people always thought that he could be a leadoff hitter, too, because his ability to get on base as Santana hits it down the left field line. And Murph is right. You know, he's walked and been hit by a pitch a handful of times, half dozen times to extend the streak. But this is all basically hitting.
Yep. Well, and what you saw his average. He just keeps climbing and climbing. I was in there yesterday talking to Odubel. I told him, I said, it seems like you get 3 every night. And you got this little thing with Dave Hollins used to do to me. And, you know, just taking, you know, like the OK sign, the 3, rub it on your cheek, like 3 hits. He always do that. Dave Hall would walk by me. What do you got tonight? And he go, you got this? I said, yeah, I got that. And I do it to a doable now, and he starts laughing. And I told Santana, Carlos, he said, what are you doing? I said, he gets 3 a night. It's like easy for him.
Yeah. You just saw the breakdown. Here's Nick Williams. Williams walks. And he lines that one out to left field. Mancini, it's over his head, and the one hop off the wall. Nick heading to second base, and he'll get there. It's a stand-up double. That was not the strongest of throws.
And I think Dusty Watkins Price putting that in the memory bank. If Franco gets a base hit to left, you have 2 outs. You're going to send Nick anyway. But this just shows you how strong Nick is. That's a pitch in, and he kind of inside outs it and hits a short hops the fence in left center or left field. You said it, Mancini not exactly possessing a cannon out there.
And Franco pops it up. Foul territory. Cashner comes running in and makes the catch.
They can catch pop-ups.
You see it every once in a while, but it still does not allow him to catch the next one that's hit right toward the mound.
Never.
No runs, a hit, and 1 man left in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. You buy your local Chevrolet dealers and buy Jefferson Health. Call 1-800-JEFF-NOW or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Along with John Kruk and Greg Murphy, I'm Tom McCarthy here in Baltimore. As the Phillies trail at 1-0, bottom of the 4th inning. This guy's the reason why they're trailing 1-0. A solo home run in the first. A majority of the Orioles' runs have been scored this year in the first inning. That's the 59th run that they've scored in the first inning, and no other inning is even close. As Pivetta goes back to work. And a good slider, 0-1.
The old equalizer. Adam Jones went up there thinking, I'll
Gonna get
run my
another
first at bat. I'm going to have a big day.
Something's got the kids riled up. Another breaking ball, 1-1.
Surprised saw Elvis Murphy walk around.
Yeah, Murph, you playing Simon Says with the kids or something?
I'm trying to figure out what got them going.
Something did, though. Ground ball foul.
That is a high-pitched sound.
Let's make it a phone call.
Calling Uber. I got to get out of here.
He's ordering some lunch up to the upper deck.
These darn kids. Uber Eats, please.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a high fastball. 5 strikeouts for Pivetta. He's retired 9 straight. And that'll bring Manny Machado to the plate. Murph, this guy is hard to get out. Doesn't matter what the count is.
You know, it's funny, Tom, but yesterday Manny Machado was obviously a topic of conversation in and around the Phillies dugout before the game with the media. Gabe Kapler talking about what a good player he is. And all you have to do is look at some of the numbers. These are some of the numbers that we picked out. How about where he is in the count? When he is ahead in the count, he is batting .543 this year. The league average, to give you some indication, is .346, so 200 points higher when he is ahead in the count. And he hits balls hard like that. When he's behind in the count, .294, 100 points higher than the league average. When he's even, about the same, and with 2 strikes also, with 2 strikes batting .266. The league average is well under 200 when a guy has 2 strikes on him. So Manny Machado has been able to do it every which way this year, and that is why the numbers are the way they are for him.
Yeah, and he doesn't discriminate as far as when he's going to swing the bat. You just saw that there, the first pitch. He's hitting .423 against the first pitch. You know, and he's not afraid of just going after that first pitch fastball as Scope lines that one right into the glove of Maikel Franco. And this is a blistering fast inning by Nick Pivetta. It's just 6 pitches. As the Orioles go down in order, we'll go up to the top of the 5th when we return. Said, I don't blame the fans for thinking ahead and wondering what he'd look like in a Phillies uniform. He's an animal. He hits just about everything in the strike zone. He stands out in the lineup as the guy you think the most about. There was a lot of questions yesterday, not only from Machado, who was gracious with the media when asked about his pending free agency.
Yeah, the PR lady for the Orioles, Kristen Hudek, who I've known for years, used to work at ESPN when I was there. She said that he has really handled it well. In pending free agency, the question of, you know, can the Orioles afford to sign him?
Well, the other part of it too is that every city he goes to, he's asked about, whether it be New York, whether it be Boston. You know, it's just not just the Phillies, but it's every city that has the money to spend.
Well, I'm sure all 30 teams would love to have him.
0-2 pitch to Florimon, swing and a miss. He strikes out for the 2nd time. 6 strikeouts for Cashner. But there are superstars like him that at this point it's kind of a crossroads year where you have to think about it.
He's a Gold Glove third baseman, and according to Buck Showalter, every bit as good a shortstop as he was a third baseman. Now, does he say, if he files for free agency, does he say, I'm a shortstop only?
Right, and that's it. I would think at this point most teams are going to get him as a shortstop, right?
Yeah, I would think.
But there are other teams that might think in the back of their head, all right, we've got a shortstop like the Yankees have Didi Gregorius. do we think about moving him to a different position? As Valentine pops it up into foul territory, and Peterson makes the catch for the second out.
Is there like a 3-pitch rule?
I don't know if there is. I don't know if we're starting like 1 and 2 or 1 and 1. Here's Knapp with 2 outs. 0-1. Fly ball left field. Mancini. Well, he waits. That was a really quick top of the 5th inning. 9 pitches for Cashner, who has thrown 5 scoreless so far. Middle of the 5th, 1-0 Orioles. Players and pitchers of the week. Austin Listy, 6 games, 409 hitter for Clearwater. Cole Irvin, the lefty, the big lefty for the Iron Pigs, was 2-0 with 13 strikeouts in 14 innings. And by the way, yesterday, Jared Eichhoff, 3 1/3, 2 earned runs, 53 pitches, 33 strikes. Jared is back with the Phillies, not on the active roster, but is with them and played catch today out in the outfield. So he continues to progress, and hopefully we'll get back to the big club very soon. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 Orioles. And Mark Trumbo, who struck out his first time up, leads it off. And a foul ball, and it's 0-1. That got a piece of Knapp.
I give up. Why would you want to play that position?
Get you to big leagues?
Because someone has to.
That's right. Breaking ball, and it's 0-2. He's had some really good breaking pitches today. Sliders and curves. Another one. This one down and away, and it's 1-2. Today it's 21% sliders, 17% curveballs.
11% changeups. That's up 8%.
Well, there was just a good old-fashioned fastball. 12 in a row retired by Pivetta. But he now has 6 strikeouts. So with 1 away, it'll bring Davis up. John, your favorite night of the year is Wednesday, May 23rd, when the Phillies take on the Braves. It's the 5th annual Star Wars theme night benefiting Stand Up to Cancer. Fans who purchase tickets through the theme night page receive a limited edition Han Nola bobblehead as Davis lines that one into the gap in left center field. And he's going to get a chance to get to second on it. And he does standing, only the second hit of the night. The first 6,000 fans that purchase a Star Wars theme night ticket will receive the Han Nola bobble figurine. Visit Phillies.com/theme nights to get your tickets now. And I have seen the bobble figurine, and it is excellent.
I'll take your word for it. I will not be there.
Oh, you're not here for that?
No.
Well, who's going to wear the Chewbacca outfit then?
Ben.
All right. Here is Chance Sisco, who struck out his first time.
Not a good sign. Well, only one game, thank goodness. But Chris Davis looks like he's swinging it pretty good.
Yeah. There's a fastball 1-1. Here's Chewbacca.
He's making some noise.
Maybe that's what was up there before. We just didn't see it.
No, we didn't miss much.
So we're going to miss 1 and 2.
Did you watch Star Wars?
Yeah, I watched all of them.
All of them? How many is there?
I think there's 9. I don't know if that's the exact number. Curveball low, 2 and 2. Low again. Pedro Alvarez is on deck. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Sisco. Got him. Foul tip hung on to by Knapp. Yeah, that is strikeout number 7 for Pivetta. And here is Alvarez. Look at that runner, huh?
Yeah, that was the one he's supposed to start it at the hip of Sisco and bring it back over the inside corner. Let go of it a little too soon, but it had just enough run to get away from the barrel of the bat.
First pitch outside, and it's 1-0 to Alvarez.
Little shift action for Alvarez. Big hole though, isn't there?
Yeah,
between
there is.
Flormone and Cesar?
Yeah, Cesar's tucked to the corner a little bit in that shift. Flormone is basically behind second.
Look at that big area right there. I mean, that's a rollover grounder for a base hit and an RBI.
1 ball, 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. It's not a bad spot for that fastball.
Oh, and this could be a situation where if he wants to make an out, we'll let him, but he's going to have to earn it. He wants to get on base.
Yeah, there's less of a power threat than Jace Peterson on deck.
Let's be honest, neither one of them are swinging it real well. Alvarez came in the game hitting 200. Jace Peterson 163. So now do you try to attack him?
They do, and he fights it off. 96. That's the part of Pivetta that, when people ask us about him, we say that he still has. He has the ability to throw 96 or 97. he's basically just learned to sit 94.
In a bad residence to sit in. Nice chair. Padded.
A little more command with it.
Then he wants to go 97. He gets in the recliner. It's always more comfortable than just a regular chair.
Curveball fouled away. But when he sits 94, that means that's the average, basically, that he throws.
I like seeing him try to climb the ladder right here. 2-2 pitch.
Breaking ball. Ooh, man. And it's 3-2. Nick will start to walk off the mound. Take a look at PitchCast presented by PJ Wheelhands. Right at the bottom of the zone. The strike zone, that is.
And now look where Florimo's playing now with 3-2 count. Davis ain't running.
Little dribbler up the first base line. Carlos Santana has it. Yeah, the inning is over. So the double with 1 out doesn't hurt Pivetta. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. He's only allowed 2 hits today. Time to go to the 6th inning. Is tearing it up at the plate in a fast and furious fashion. Halfway through the month of May, Herrera has been hovering around the top of the Major League Baseball batting chase. In the NL, he's among the league leaders in on-base percentage, slugging, and OPS. Odubel has 16 multi-hit games through his first 37, has taken this Phillies lineup to a much higher level. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, Odubel already has a base hit in today's ballgame. The only problem is the Phillies have not had many base runners against Andrew Cashner. Any base runners in scoring position. They've only had 1 so far. Cashner's coming off a 9-pitch 5th inning.
We're just biding our time.
Well, and let's face it, that's what the Phillies have done this year.
Keep it close. Burst at the end. Break their hearts.
Cesar leads it off. He's 0 for 2. In the air to right field. Going back on it is Trumbo, and it is off the top of the scoreboard.
Home run.
And now they're saying it's a home run, so it's gone. A home run for Cesar Hernandez. And the Phillies have tied it up at 1. Well, the way Trumbo played it, he saw it. The first base umpire, Adrian Johnson, once he saw it come back, that's when he signaled as Cesar was around first. And that's the 5th home run of the year for Hernandez.
Well, he takes the first pitch so many times, and you see it hit the railing up there and then hit off the top of the scoreboard. No argument from the Orioles whatsoever. But he takes so many pitches early in the count that he, okay, he's not giving up much. So now I'm going to try to sneak attack him, and he got him. first time the Phillies have swung at the first pitch all day.
Yeah. There's a line drive off the bat of Hoskins, one away. Yeah, Cashner had been 12 of 18 on first pitch strikes. And that was the 19th at bat. And as John mentioned, it was the first time that somebody went after him early. Here's Odubel. Odubel's 1 for 2. Got a pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Cesar needed a little more space.
Yeah.
Bronco to move down a little bit.
Pretty bulked up, but, you know, hit a home run, chest puffs out a little, and
Gonna stretch out a little bit. 3-0.
you know, why is it that, like, a guy can hit a triple, slide into third, and gets up, and he's not really breathing hard, but hit a home run and jog around the bases? You ever see guys in the dugout? They're all breathing hard.
It's got to be an adrenaline rush.
Well, I'm sure it is.
Were you that way?
I can't remember back that far.
All right. You want to try it one time just to see?
No, I'm good. It'd have to be a 4-man relay race for me to get from home to home.
3 balls and 1 strike. Got a tapper foul, and it's 3-2.
Double got fooled on that 3-1 pitch. They had one there to hit. Mistake there by Cashner.
Bouncer back to the mound. Cashner's got it. Yeah, there are 2 outs here in the 6th. How do you make your packages stand out? Add a little color. Avery Neon shipping labels ensure all your shipping messages get noticed. Perfect for any priority message. And WB Mason delivers the same day when you order by 11:30. Local service personalized. Who but WB Mason? All right, so now 2 outs. Santana's coming up.
Well, we're not stringing hits together. Why don't we just hit a couple home runs this inning?
I'll take that. Tomahawk, foul ball, 1-1. You forget how short the porch is out in right field. Even with the high wall. And the 318 sign just beyond the Geico sign. What a 2. There's that area out where the grounds crew is sitting, where the shed is around the 373 sign, and the roof above that. The ball hits that roof and comes back. It's a home run. It's kind of odd because there's no yellow line. Same thing with that one over the scoreboard. There's no yellow line signifying where the home run is. Upstairs, 3-2.
Handful of seeds for this next pitch.
So the,
How many of those things you think stuck to his batting glove with all the pine tar
That's a
on
good
it?
question. A bouncer up the first baseline, foul. I always think about that when you look at it, how many actually got into his mouth or not.
If he's ever spit the seeds out and it hits that face mask and sticks to it. All kind of things that I worry about.
He doesn't seem to be worried about it.
No, I know, but I worry for him.
Popped up foul and out of play. Popped up foul the other way.
He's gotten some pretty good pitches to hit this at bat.
This will be the 9th pitch of this at bat.
Let's hope he gets one more.
Inside, ball 4. And the Phils have a 2-out base runner here in the 6th inning. It is only the 2nd walk issued by Cashner. Pitch cast presented by PJ Wheelahands. Close.
Could have gone either way. But we'll take it, and now see if Nick can deliver.
He doubled his last time and walked his first time up. Off-speed pitch 0-2. It's not a bad way to approach Nick Williams.
No, he's up there trying to do damage, and we all know that he's a first ball fastball swinger. I have to think they have to go back to off speed here. Unless it's a waste fastball to get to the changeup.
Well, they did go fastball.
Middle. And he missed his location. He's lucky Nick didn't hit that one in a gap or over the fence.
Cashner this past offseason signed a 2-year deal worth $16 million with an opportunity to have an option for 2020.
Good for him.
Really good for him. Foul back and it's Rains 0-2.
16 million.
Yep.
Well,
Originally a first-round pick by the Cubs in 08. And then went to the Padres.
was he part of the Anthony Rizzo
He
deal?
was. Cubs, I think, we would say, got the better end of that deal. Although, when he was first up with the Cubs, he was throwing 98 as a starter.
Yes.
And those kind of guys really don't always grow on trees. They do more now. Another one fought off by Williams. They are really stretching his pitch count in this inning with these at bats.
Well, he's had some quick innings, but the Phillies have that way of wearing pitchers down after so many innings.
You look 7 in the 4th, 9 in the 5th. But now this will be the 26th pitch of this one. And it's pulled into right field, a base hit. Santana will get to second base, and he still has a chance to go to third. And he'll get there easily. First and third with 2 men down. Nick Williams 2 for 2 today. And here's Franco with another chance to drive in a run.
Great piece of hit by Nick. He battled and battled. He got a changeup up in the strike zone, and I'll tell you what, he really leveled his swing off there, which was nice to see. And that's it. You don't have to kill it to get it through that hole.
Richard Blyer is warming up at the bullpen for the Orioles. Looked like they were going to get a right-hander up as well, but they've got the lefty up.
Their old teammate Roger McDowell out there to talk to Cashner.
And Roger, who was a longtime pitching coach for the Braves.
It's a beautiful man right there. Oh, he was funny. Must be something about those relievers.
Well,
he and LA, and
everybody asks whether he would, if he ever thought he would be a pitching coach, and most of his teammates said no. Everybody matures, John.
Well, we're not sure he matured yet. Starting to rain harder now.
Yeah, the rain has picked up. 99 pitches for Cashner.
It's not good when you can hear it popping in our headsets.
Off the crowd mic downstairs. Fastball 0-1.
87.
That was the velocity?
Yeah.
Was it a cutter?
I have no idea. Looks straight to me.
1 ball, 1 strike. Cisco blocks it.
A heck of a play there.
Yeah, it was.
Cisco go after that, but I mean, you know, a lot of catchers don't get to that one. Pretty quick feet.
A little spinner out to right field, a base hit. Coming home is Santana. On his way to third is Williams. RBI single for Franco, and the Phillies take the lead. It's 2-1. RBI number 29 for Mike Kell. That breaks an 0 for 8. And now Buck Showalter's going out, and he's going to bring in a new pitcher. So Cashner's afternoon is done. A pitching change here at Camden Yards.
Yeah, nothing fancy about it. It just, when you have a runner on first base, there's a huge hole over there, and it looks like the Phillies are trying to use it.
So a pitching change. The left-hander coming in. We'll take a break and be back after this. Saturday and Sunday when the Phillies take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Sunday is the Rhys Hoskins starting lineup figure. Compliments of Toyota. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com as Blyer is facing Florimone. This is the hardest the rain has fallen all day. Blyer 3-0 with a 1.17 earned run average. Inside 1-1. And a line drive, base hit it to left field. Another run will score for the Phils. And it's now 3-1 Phillies with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. An RBI for Florimone. And now Valentine is coming up.
That's what's difficult when you have all these switch hitters of the Phillies. You bring in Blyer to try to turn Florimone around. He turns around, he gets a base hit. Now you got Valentine. You don't really ever get a really good matchup.
Machado will throw to second base in time to get Florimone, and the inning is over. But the Phillies have erased the deficit and taken the lead with 3 runs here in the 6th. On to the bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Phillies. Giving up the 3 runs, and now Nick Pivetta is out of the mound trying to get through the 6th inning at least. And obviously the rain is a factor here. Pivetta in his last outing, he threw 31 pitches in the 1st inning in his last outing, but then figured some things out and stuck around and wound up throwing 65 pitches the rest of the outing. Now there were a couple longer innings, but there were a couple really short ones too.
Be nice to get a short one here to make this game official.
That is true. Yeah, for some reason they put the tarp on the field now and didn't continue. It would be a suspended game. But the rain has lightened up since the Phillies half of the inning. It's still falling, but it has lightened up. The grounds crew trying to put some more drying agent down. They're going to be busy for the rest of this day. Chance to remind everybody that there are family packs that are still available. 4 tickets, 4 Hatfield Phillies Franks, and 4 Cokes for only $100. Available for select weekend dates. Go to Phillies.com to get your family pack now. Here's Jace Peterson to lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Peterson struck out his first time up. First pitch from Pivetta. Fastball swung on and missed, 0-1.
Good start.
Yeah, I think that these last 2 outings for Pivetta, I know we keep saying that these young pitchers have turned the corner, but I think he's shown an awful lot. I mean, this one, he's just had good stuff. I mean, it's unfortunate he gave up the run in the first inning, but he's had good stuff through 5 innings.
Yeah, last year when he came up, it was all, you know, I'm going to see how hard I can throw. Now it's I'm going to show you how I can pitch.
Right. And I think a lot of people, when he made his comments after that 1 inning against the Nationals, where he said, I've been here before, I'll figure it out. You know, a lot of people scratched their head and said, figure it out. You've only been here for a short period of time. But true to his word, he has figured some things out. Check swing. Did not go according to the third base umpire.
Yeah, and that, you know, last year, an inning like that for Nick could have festered into another 2 or 3 starts.
No doubt.
And, you know, the great thing about it is he's matured and he knows now how to turn the page.
He went around that time. Peterson has struck out 8 strikeouts for Pivetta. You know, I tell people all the time, I mean, it's great watching Nola, it's great watching Arrieta, but when Pivetta is on, I mean, he is a lot of fun to watch as a fan because he's got so many pitches to offer.
Here's the one that I think's been his biggest weapon, that breaking ball. Perfect location, nothing Peterson could do.
Mancini takes a little low, 1-0.
Wow. Curve ball down the middle for a ball.
Yeah, really. That one's in for a strike.
Last year he couldn't have done that. Breaking ball, ball 1. Breaking ball 1-0 for strike 1. He'd try to just throw it by you and give up a big hit.
There's a slider, and it's 1-2. I told him because the velocities are similar, it's hard sometimes for me to pick up slider curve. And he said a lot of it is arm angle and release point. And some of them I think are easier to pick up now. Might have run a little bit.
But that's a good pitch. You know, it's up and up out of the strike zone. It's tough to catch up to, but it's a very easy pitch to swing at.
Now 3-2. Mancini has grounded out. He's also struck out today.
Pivetta's only blemish in this game. Adam Jones home run in the first inning.
Up high, ball 4. Yeah, that's the first walk issued by Pivetta. Time now for the Ram Truck Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. John, the question was, what pitcher holds the Orioles record for most strikeouts in one season?
Wow, I forgot all about it. I thought it might be Jim Palmer.
That's who I would have thought.
I might go with Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan would be a good guess. It's incorrect.
Dennis Martinez?
Nope. It's a lefty.
Tippy Martinez? Mike Cuellar. I'm running out of lefties.
All right, well, here's the thing. The guy in the batter's box is tied to this guy.
Yeah. Oh, man, he pitched in Tampa. Pitched in Seattle. Pitched in Tampa. Got hurt.
Wasn't really worth the trade for Adam Jones. For the Orioles, it was.
Yeah, the Orioles got a good deal. Begins with a B.
It does begin with a B.
And I can't think of his name.
John, you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are 5 letters away from getting it right.
Eric Bedard.
Eric Bedard, 221 in 2007. 0-2 pitch to Jones. And a slider outside, 1-2. Fly ball center field. Odubel coming over and under it. And there are 2 outs. And here comes Manny Machado. Machado is 0 for 2. He's lined out twice.
He got his batting average under 350.
Finally settle on the pitch. He swings the fastball 0-1.
He's attacking that first pitch, isn't he?
423 batting average against the first pitch.
0 for 2 today, though. So is this now 0 for 3, even if it gets a base hit here?
Yes.
Oh, these new rules.
Curveball line caught by Franco over at third, and the inning is over. Well, he's hit 3 balls right on the nose, but nothing to show for it. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. We'll go to the 7th. Phillies up 3-1. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. A couple storylines for the Phillies today. One is Nick Pivetta. He's the primary one. 8 strikeouts over 6 innings so far for Pivetta. He's allowed 1 earned run and just 2 hits. A home run by Adam Jones and then a double. Andrew Cashner went 5 2/3. He gave up 3 runs in the 6th inning. Against the Phils, they sent 8 men to the plate. So now, after the grounds crew put some more of the drying agent down on the field, Pivetta will sit and watch his offense bat in the top of the 7th inning.
And don't forget another storyline. Odubel extending his streak of reaching base.
Well, Nick Williams 2 for 2 today.
Good sign for Nick.
Knapp is 0 for 1 with a walk. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball from Blyer. A bouncer foul, and it's 0-2.
Do your gloves come loose every swing? Like
you played?
Yeah, but I don't ever recall like adjusting them after every swing.
I think it becomes habitual. You know what I mean? I just think that they're so used to it.
But it's habitual by about 745 players.
That is true. 1 away. And Cesar Hernandez is coming up. Cesar is 1 for 3. Hits that one out toward right field. Backing up on it is Trumbo. It's over his head, and it's off the base of the wall. Cesar is around second on his way to third, and he'll get there sliding or splashing, whatever way you want to look at it. He's got a home run and a triple in his last 2 at-bats, so the Phils have a runner at third with 1 man down.
He caught a break there. That ball hit the fence and kind of just dropped straight down and stayed on that ledge where Trumbo had to go get it. And just that little bit of him having to go get it allowed Cesar to get to third base. Watch this ball hit, and it just stays on that ledge. If it bounces off, it comes to Trumbo immediately, and then Cesar might have to stop at second. But look at that. It hits in that chain link and then just kind of sets there on the ledge where Trumbo had to take 5 steps.
Yeah, that is the grounds crew shack. So a pitching change for the Orioles. Phillies on top 3-1. Brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by WV Mason. Who but WV Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Grounds crew looked like a cavalry of ants coming out from the corner and throwing some of the drying agent down on the infield while the Orioles were making a pitching change. And now they're gone. The rain is not gone, though. It's continued. Well, they're doing the best they can to keep it dry. I mean, it is building up more and more water as the game goes on.
And that's kind of what Cesar just had to slide through right there.
All right, here's Rhys Hoskins against Michael Gibbons. And the 28-year-old out of Tampa, Florida, delivers low, 1 ball and no strikes. Gibbons last year out of the bullpen was 8-1 for the Orioles with an ERA of 2.75. And it's pulled down the left field line, a fair ball. And another run will score as Cesar crosses the plate. Hoskins splashes out to second base. And he's got an RBI double. And the Phillies are on top 4-1. 12th double of the year for Hoskins.
Good signs for the fighting Phils. No rust after 2 or 3 days off is kind of an eternity. And I don't think Rhys thought that ball was going to stay fair. He had a little hesitation out of the box, but no chance of Mancini getting him at second base.
Well, now Odubel, who is 1 for 3 today. And he fights that one off to shortstop. And Machado throws him out. 2 outs. And now Carlos Santana, who began the the 2-out rally with the game tied at 1 with a walk in the 6th inning. Cesar had tied it with a home run to start the inning, and then the next 2 hitters were retired. And Carlos walks. Williams singled him to third. And then Franco and Florimon followed with back-to-back singles. Ball, 1 strike. Tommy Hunter warming up at the pen.
Seemed happy.
It sure did.
I'm sure some of his old Orioles teammates out there giving him a rough time.
Flying saucer inside, 2-1.
That's a Star Wars reference.
I guess to a certain extent, yeah. In honor of Star Wars night.
Can't wait for that.
Fly ball right field. Trumbo going back toward the fence, and he has room on the track, and he makes the catch. But the Phillies do add another run on the RBI double by Hoskins. Middle of the 7th, time to stretch. Phillies up 4-1. Refreshing with his finishes on some of these pitches.
Yeah, he's finished a lot of these Orioles hitters with strikeouts. Doing it with the breaking ball, an elevated fastball. There's another one to Mark Trumbo to get him. Just a great performance so far by Nick Pivetta. Really one mistake, and that was that Adam Jones in the 1st inning. But other than that, Nick Pivetta, 81 pitches, only 2 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Just a well-pitched ball game so far by Nick Pivetta.
Yeah, it really has been. And he will start the bottom of the 7th inning and face Jonathan Scope, Mark Trumbo, and Chris Davis. I know we've said this from time to time. The rain has lightened. The grounds crew continues to throw the drying agent on to keep the infield as dry as possible. Scope is 0 for 2 today. Murph, there's no doubt he's turned himself into a very good major league player. Yeah, Tom, you mentioned earlier in the game what the Orioles record was without him this season. Yeah, he is certainly a big part of what they're trying to do here in Baltimore. You know, he comes from the island country of Curacao, and which is down in the Caribbean. There are 13 players that have made Major League Baseball from that island, and how about this? 10 of them are from his hometown. 10 of the 13 are from Willemstad, which is the capital down there. And you know, it's just a small country that is developing some great
great ball players. Back in 2004, Scope was a member of the Little League World Series team that won from that country, and he says that's one of the best things that he's ever been a part of. He said when they got back to Carousel after they had won the World Series, they got all kinds of things. They had a parade, obviously, for the kids, and they had all kinds of things. He said the one thing he remembers, they got free McDonald's for a year. They got free haircuts, and they got free McDonald's for a year. That's pretty good. If you're a 13-year-old kid, free McDonald's for a year, things are going well for you.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, they've had some really good teams that have performed in the Little League World Series in recent years. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now 26 years old. Got a fastball in there, 2-2.
It actually has gotten brighter.
Yeah.
Maybe the lights are starting to work now.
2 balls and 2 strikes. They go up, and he went up with them, and he's down on strikes swinging. Another strikeout for Pivetta. That's 9 strikeouts this afternoon. Well, if you're an authentic fan, you can buy tickets right now to some of those dates right there. Go to Phillies.com/authentic-fan. You get discounted tickets. Plus, you'll get a great-looking Phil's hat and other VIP surprises.
I'm waiting for my gift package.
Because
I
tweeted a photo.
Tweeted a photo.
You did?
Authentic fan.
That thing has gotten some legs since last night, John. They've photoshopped some other people into that photo, like Mark Farzetta and Amy Fadul and Michael Barkan. So you should really get something. 0-2. Trumbo has struck out twice. And a curveball, strike 3 calls. Man, he is humming along now.
10 strikeouts. That's the first one looking.
And that was it. He froze him.
Well, he's thrown Trumbo a ton of breaking balls.
That's a really good pitch.
Folding. Guessing 0-2. Guessed wrong.
Well, just 89 pitches for Pivetta. And now Chris Davis. And he takes a fastball up high, 1-0. One ball and 1 strike. Pivetta with 10 strikeouts. First time this year he has reached double digits in strikeouts. 3rd time in his career he's done that. 1-2. Man, he is pitching with some confidence now, isn't he?
Yeah, he ain't even thinking about leaving the mound. Throw a strike, get it back, throw a strike.
And the 1-2 pitch. Up and in.
Still got that in the tank at 96. Nick needs to hold up a little bit. Valentine's just now retrieving the ball. Nick's ready to throw.
Yeah, he's on the mound, got the baseball, looking for his signs. And now the 2-2 pitch. They want it up again. And that one's fouled right below us.
Saw my life flash before my eyes.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. The ball can come in here rather easily.
Very disappointed in myself.
You didn't really flinch, did you?
No, but I'm disappointed in myself that the flashback of my life was
Is it that fast, huh?
nothing spectacular going on.
Did the Randy Johnson throw over your head?
No, it didn't register.
Celebrating the 93 national pennant.
Didn't register.
Pennant.
No.
How about your sausage, egg, and cheese on the bagel from
That was
today?
pretty good.
Yeah. 3-2 pitch. That one's popped up foul over our heads.
I think he can go back to a breaking ball right here and get Davis to swing over top. He will chase him.
Yes, he will.
10's good, 11's better.
11 would match his career high in strikeouts. We almost got him. That one started in the strike zone a little too much.
Little down a little more, he might get a swing, and down and in a little more too.
And now the 3-2 again. Checks his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's 11 strikeouts for Pivetta, who has just struck out the side here in the 7th inning. Davis can't believe it. The third base umpire, Shane Liversbarger, he thought he went around. Buck Showalter just a shake of the head. And Pivetta and Andrew Knapp both went hopping off their spots to the dugout once this pitch went across the plate. Look at Knapp. He's gone already. Chris Davis thinking no way. But for Pivetta, it ties his career high 11 strikeouts. We're on to the 8th inning. Your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Heard of your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Phillies are on top 4-1. Chris Davis was just punched out by the third base umpire in the 11th strikeout from Nick Pivetta. Time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. Maikel Franco's been busy over at third base.
Yeah, he really has. A couple hard hit balls at him, and there's another one right there by Manny Machado. And Maikel Franco comes up with that catch, and that's our Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Pivetta down the stairs. The Phillies had bullpen action going. He might be done after 7. As Tanner Scott takes over. As Williams fouls it away. Scott 3.38 ERA.
Only 8 innings, 8 hits, 1 walk, 10 Ks.
Deceptive left-hander.
Good name too, Tanner.
It's a very Little League bad news Bears name. Fastball in there, 1-2. Bouncer out towards second base. Scope waits for it. And Williams is thrown out as he hustles up the line.
I love that.
I do like watching him run.
You know, he and Alfaro both. They don't take anything for granted. They don't assume anything.
And on a day like this, I don't think you can. I mean, no day you can assume it, but a day like this, I don't think you can.
Nope.
Here's Franco. He had a big RBI single in the 6th inning. And he went around on that first pitch, 0-1, whether he wanted to or not. His whole body did.
Yeah, I don't think he picked that one up well.
No.
It almost hit him in the back leg. Whee! Now we've seen Odubel take that swing.
And we're back with another slider that's 0-2.
How did they know to?
He's going to get it again.
I would think. Unless they show him something away, a fastball away, and then come back. He hadn't picked that one up yet in 2, so they're going back in there. Whoops.
Tanner Scott was a 6th-round pick by the Orioles in 2014 out of high school. He is just 23 years old. Used primarily as a starting pitcher in the early part of his minor league career. And then last year with Bowie was a starting pitcher. It's 2-2. But get these numbers, John. As a starting pitcher last year with Bowie, 24 starts. He was 0-2 with a 2.22 ERA.
Didn't get any run support.
I have no idea. Well, I mean, or didn't pitch that deep into games. 87 strikeouts in 69 innings. Now he did walk 46 in 69, so that may have limited his time on the mound. It's hard to be just 0-2 in 24 starts. Now toward Machado, who rolls to his left. And there are 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Well, back in the 6th inning, Franco and Florimon provided us with our Toyota turning point.
Yeah, and it doesn't take a ball hit out of the ballpark to score runs. There's a base hit to get another 1st and 3rd with Nick Williams by Maikel Franco, and then Pedro Florimon hits one in that 5.5 hole between short and 3rd to score another run. And that's how the fight Phil's got to this 4-1 lead.
Tacked on one more in the 7th after Cesar tripled. Hoskins doubled. Aaron Altair has come out of the on-deck circle to pinch hit for Valentin. And a line drive base hit it to center field for Florimon, who's now 2 for 4. Well, he's had himself a nice day. And now Altair will pinch hit. Johnny, this is the brightest it's been in 2 days.
Yes, it has.
Well, it was sunny when we arrived yesterday.
It was.
But it's the brightest it's been since about 4 o'clock yesterday. A lot of people that wondered why not a day-night doubleheader today or a straight doubleheader with yesterday's postponement. Well, there's still a lot of rain that's rolling through this area. Broken bat, fly ball out towards short, and Machado is there to make the catch. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Middle of the 8th inning, the Phillies 4, the Orioles 1. They'll wrap up that series at 135, and it's also Toyota Reese Hoskins starting lineup figure for any kids 14 and under. You can get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. There's Nick Williams, and you saw Aaron Altair. Altair stays in the game to play right field. Williams goes from right field to left field. So Hoskins is out. And Tommy Hunter will take over on the mound. Hunter a 4.32 ERA. Oh, what a fantastic day for Nick Pivetta. 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Total control. Excuse me, Valentine is out. Hoskins is still the DH. Total control today for Pivetta. Conditions where there was rain throughout the day as Hunter gives up a single to Cisco to start this 8th inning.
Yeah, Pivetta was absolutely fantastic. Like you said, the one mistake, and gave up a couple hard hit balls to Chris Davis, but other than that, it was a pretty special performance. And the Phillies, if the Phillies hold on to win this, I'm sure it's going to be a nice plane ride for Nick.
Yes, sir. Here's Pedro Alvarez. Really shortened up the infield a little bit. The pitch high, 1-0. Tommy Hunter making his return to Baltimore, where he played for 6 years on 2 different occasions. A bouncer to first. That's a fair ball according to Brian Gorman, and even with the hesitation to throw over to first, not in time. The home plate umpire, with that ball being before the first base bag, has the call. It was a little slow by Brian Gorman, but Santana just kept on playing it. And then Florimo double clutched a little bit at second, so they couldn't turn the double play. Excellent throw.
Yeah, excellent throw, but a smart play by Santana to come up and get that ball before it could go foul.
So Jace Peterson, who is 0 for 2. Inside 1-0. Line to right field, a base hit. Alvarez doesn't run well, but he's still going to get to third. And Peterson is going to get to second base. Second and third with 1 man down. That means the tying run is coming to the plate in the form of Trey Mancini. And a double clutch at second base. I know it's tough to always turn a 3-6-3 or 3-6-1 double play. Double clutch, though, would have been 2 outs. Instead, there's just 1. And now Gabe Kapler out to the mound, and he's going to go to the bullpen and bring in Luis Garcia. Tommy Hunter's afternoon is complete. He's responsible for the 2 runners on base. We'll be back after this. activities for all of our young Phillies fans. Hit some home runs at the Citizens Bank Fan Field, climb the Fanatic climbing wall, throw some pitches in the mini bullpen, and launch some dogs using the Hatfield hot dog launcher. After the activities, treat yourself to the Turkey Hill ice cream bar. You can go to Phillies.com/theyard to find out more information. Tommy Hunter is done after 3 hitters. And Luis Garcia will be on to face Trey Mancini. 2-1 with a 2.93 earned run average.
That's a tough one here too. You got the 1 out and top of the order coming up with power 1 through 4.
Well, Mancini has grounded out. He struck out. He walked his last time. And that pitch goes off the glove of Knapp, and the runners will not advance. Alvarez does not run well, and it came back far enough. These are the spots, though, John, where if you're a catcher, you've really got to concentrate a little bit more. You can't have these balls go off your glove.
Yeah, that's very catchable ball by Andrew Knapp. I don't know if he got crossed up, but if he got crossed up, he should go out and talk to him. So that's what tells you he didn't get crossed up. And lucky that ball come bouncing back hard.
That's how good Garcia has been. The inherited runner statistic, he's among the league leaders. That one hopped in front of the plate. Mancini was in swing mode. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, guessing fastball. That thing bounced far in front of home plate, didn't it?
At least 3 feet.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Balls and 1 strike. Folks are wondering about why Garcia and not Hunter against a right-hander. Well, Luis's numbers against right-handers are just much better than Tommy's have been this year. And it's a different pitcher. You know, Tommy's main pitch has been his cutter, or is his cutter, although he's thrown a lot of 4-seamers this year. Lefties are hitting .222 against Garcia, or against Hunter. Righties are hitting .353 against him. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That is a heavy sinker.
Watch his movement on this pitch. Look at that thing just drop. Mancini sees that as a thigh-high fastball, and once that ball disappears from sight, it's in the dirt.
Two balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, Luis hasn't thrown a strike to him.
Yeah, you're right.
Mancini's helping us out.
Ball 4. The bases are now loaded. And now Adam Jones.
Here's where you got to be careful on the first pitch. Yeah, all right, I just walked the guy. I didn't throw a strike. He helped me out and swung at 2 in the dirt. I got to throw a strike. If you have to throw a strike, you have to throw a quality strike. That's what this man can do with a mistake pitch.
A nice easy swing in the first.
Yeah, blowing the bubble the whole way. Multitasking.
Yeah. And a fastball, and it's 0-1. 97 on that first pitch. The fastball, the average fastball for Garcia has been 96.5. It's no balls and 1 strike now to Adam Jones. Fouls it away, 0-2. Every time a Phillies pitcher records a pitch of 95 miles per hour or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. No balls and 2 strikes to Jones. Fly ball, shallow center field. Odubel froze for a moment, now comes in, makes the catch. Alvarez draws the throw. And there are 2 outs. And now Manny Machado is coming to the plate. Whew. That's 1 big out.
1 big out. Here comes probably the biggest at bat of this game.
Yeah. And for this bullpen, which has not had a great run over the last handful of games. I mean, there have been some good games, some bad games, as Craig Gentry comes on to pinch run for Mancini.
I think Buck Showalter's thinking that, you know, down 3, get more speed on the bases, a ball in the gap. Not typical you see someone pinch run for your leadoff hitter, but that's the
yeah, you're not going to pitch run for Alvarez now because he's a third. He's going on contact.
No, this is a ball in the gap because the fences aren't that far. You better have someone who can run on first base.
Machado's hit the ball hard all 3 times today. He's 0 for 3. He's lined out to center, to right, and to third. At a breaking ball, 0-1. Well, they know his propensity to swing at first pitches.
Kind of a similar situation to this. Didn't Buck walk Barry Bonds with the bases loaded?
He probably did. I don't remember that, but he probably did.
I think they were winning by 2, bases loaded, 2 outs. Walked Bonds intentional to make it a 1-run game, and I think because of a double switch, the guy behind him was a bench guy.
Yeah. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball to shortstop. Florimone's got it. Goes to second in time. And Luis Garcia leaves him loaded here in the bottom of the 8th inning. He is still perfect this year as far as inherited runners concerned. No runs. 2 hits, 3 men left. Metallico, Corey Seidman. They're going to talk about Pavetta, but they're also going to talk about that guy right there, Luis Garcia, and the way he got out of that 8th inning. They'll talk about the 3 runs the Phillies scored while down 1-0 in the 6th inning. All that's coming up on Phillies Postgame Live. Craig Gentry stays in the ball game to play left field after coming in for Trey Mancini. And Brad Brock, out of Monmouth University, Central Jersey kid. 5 saves and 6 opportunities, getting some work here in the top of the 9th inning. And he will face Andrew Knapp to begin this inning. And Knapp takes outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
I like the Sox if Brad Brock.
Floater out to left center field. And Gentry is there, 1 out. You know how those closers are, John. They have to have, everybody has to have a little bit of a shtick.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, went into Buck's office, and Buck usually wears the old stirrups.
Yes.
Mid-calf.
Yep.
With the elastic in him. There he is right there, folded over with the garter. The Velcro garter belt to keep the socks up. I walked in his office yesterday and he had the baggy pants on with the elastic taken out of the bottom.
What was he doing?
I'm assuming I didn't want to ask because sometimes it gets into a long conversation.
Grounder out to first base. Davis has got it. But now you're going to be chewing on it. You're going to be thinking about it.
No, not really.
No?
No, I didn't pass today.
I am, because that's his look right there that you just saw. It's almost as if he's managed it back in the 70s.
Yeah, you know what? I'll ask him tomorrow. Give him a day to sit on this game.
Yeah. You don't want to fire that off right after the game?
No.
Ramos and Neris warming up with the bullpen.
Well, when Hoskins goes deep here, it's a 4-run lead. It's not a safe situation. But perhaps Ramos comes in.
Or perhaps Neris comes in.
You never know.
0-1 to Hoskins.
See all the Sharpies?
Yeah. Yeah.
2 blue and a red.
2 blue.
At least he's keeping the Phillies covered. I think that one in the middle looks like a regular ballpoint. It's amazing the silly things I notice.
Outside, 2-1.
I'm calling it. Homer.
Be nice after that double he had it the last time.
Left center.
Not on that pitch though.
Tough one there.
Don't make a liar out of him, Reese. Right?
He's probably sitting there thinking, you know, gosh, this guy's up here pitch backwards.
Off to the right. Davis wanders and reaches over and can't get his bearings.
He didn't know where he was. He looked like it.
He definitely looked uncomfortable.
Now, is the tarp normally that far off the wall? It looked
No,
like it
I
has
would
a
think
gap
that
in
it's,
between it.
Yeah, I would think that it's back against the wall.
Maybe that's what threw him off. He knew how many steps once he hit the dirt. And you see this? Well, let me get my marker out.
Yeah.
See all this space right here.
That's a good
Normally that baby's pushed all the way back there. Well, that's a good arrow.
That is a good arrow.
Oh, someone went to art class. Someone went to art class on my off time.
All that rain down in Florida, you had time.
I had plenty of time. Golf, non-existent.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A 1-2-3 inning for Brad Brock. The Phillies go down in order here in the top of the 9th inning. So who will it be in the bottom of the 9th to face Jonathan Schoop? We'll find out when we return. Bottom of the 9th inning, holding on to a 3-run lead, 4-1. And he will face Schoop, Trumbo, and Davis. Those are the 3 scheduled hitters for the Orioles. Phillies trying to get to 4-0 in interleague play this year. They will play the Orioles one more time up in Philadelphia and then one more time here. Just one game here. 2 up in Philadelphia.
Yeah, we thought for sure we were going to get a doubleheader. July 12th. As you said it, the grounds crew did an amazing job keeping this field playable. I say we go right into the next game.
The thought crossed my mind that if they can get it rolling as well. We were here, right?
I don't see why not.
Schoop hits the first pitch foul up the third base line.
Of course, I'm sure that could change the way the manager uses his bullpen if there's a doubleheader.
Could be.
You know, it could possibly have Gabe Kapler left Pavetta out for another inning. Go with the 8th. There are all kind of things falling. You can't just make this decision after the first game. Well, you can do meet in the tunnel. Say, hey, we might as well play 2.
Breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Why do we have to make things so complicated, Johnny?
You know, I don't know. Life's complicated, Tom.
Got him. Well, that was a big time breaking ball. Schoop, Knapp trying to tag him out. Schoop pushed the glove away. So 1 out here in the 9th inning.
Well, that's the bread and butter for Edu Ramos, that nasty slider. Maybe Schoop doesn't like to be tagged. Well, who does as a hitter? Base runner.
I guess that's true. Here's Trumbo. And Trumbo hits it out toward right, foul, and out of play. That strikeout, by the way, is the 12th of the day for Phillies pitching. Pavetta had 11 in 7 innings of work. Down the left field line. That is a bullet. Foul. Get out of here fast, didn't it?
Yeah, they're doubt the power of Mark Trumbo. Remember that one home run derby? Man, he hit balls like this, but they were going about 450 feet. He hit that one just a little bit out in front. Now slider. Let's move on to the next one.
There it is. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ramos. 2 away here in the 9th inning. And now Gabe Kapler is going to get Chris Davis and give him to Hector Neris. Well, the only thing I can think of is the split against the lefty.
Well, he can't hit a 3-run homer.
That's true. So Ramos is done. And a pitching change as Hector Neris will come in for the Phils. The first 2 hitters and was on his way to his 2nd save. The only thing I can imagine, John, is that he wants the split against Davis. It's the only thing I can imagine, because it's all about matchups when it comes to Gabe, and he's not alone with that, but it's the only thing I can imagine.
I'll go with that.
Well, they need 1 out to get the save.
I'm sure he'll be asked that.
Well, and I know he's trying to build up Hector's confidence again after the 2 blown saves. First pitch outside, 1-0. Now that looked like the slider, but a lot of times his slider that comes in like that is his split, and it's just the way it leaves his hand. They would like him to throw more splits and not mix in a slider here and there.
I wouldn't mind you seeing him throw a strike right here.
Well, that's true too. There you go. 2-1. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Phils trying to take this game at Camden Yards. The pitch. Ground ball right into the shift. Hector Neris watches Cesar field it and throw over to first. And the Phils have defeated the Orioles 4-1 this afternoon as they take the 1 game in this series.
Sweep.
It is a 1-game sweep, but we'll be back on July 12th. No runs, no hits, and nobody left here in the 9th inning. Boy, Nick Williams, Odubel Herrera, Carlos Santana, they had such big days offensively for the Phils. Cesar Hernandez's home run tied it. It's the best record through 40 games since 2011 when they were 25-15. They're 8 games over 500 for the first time since the end of the 2011 season. 4-1 the final score. The Phils are a half game out in the National League East after today's victory. We'll be back with more right after this.